Mzansi Business Forum says its members are disappointed at the steps that have been taken by the South African Reserve Bank to put VBS Mutual Bank under curatorship. Yesterday, the Reserve Bank placed the Mutual Bank under curatorship for taking deposits from municipalities when it shouldn't have. The forum's comments are similar to that of the economic freedom fighters, who say that placing the troubled VBS Mutual Bank under curatorship should be a last resort in trying to assist it. The forum says it hopes that the matter will be resolved and that VBS will be able to continue trading and hopefully obtain its commercial bank license. Sia Xulu of Mzansi Business Forum joins me now in studio to talk a bit more about this. Sia, welcome. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so you represent black business and entrepreneurs, and we've heard part of your view or your comments yes. on the VBS matter, as I was reading there. But you also say that the timing of this is questionable. Why yes. is that?
Basically, one would have expected a different approach, because curatorship would have been something that would be the last option, yeah. based on the fact that with the new dawn being the ruling party's main focus, we would have thought that part of the things we had there resolved is to support black businesses, you know, and we wouldn't think that they would just put the situation of VBS into curatorship immediately. You know, you've seen that how much government has been promoting the support of black businesses. So we felt as the forum that this is just a big blow, you know, in black yeah. businesses and its support.
Well, I mean, I can understand that, but let's look at the facts of the case, that VBS is a mutual, not a commercial bank, and they haven't yet got their license. They had been also repeatedly warned by the Reserve Bank and other financial institutions. Yes,
you know, our current financial services, it's of monopolistic nature. So one would have thought that these guys, I mean, 2 years ago, they were about 300 million in their balance sheet. And then 2 years later, they are almost 2 billion plus. Obviously, that was an input from the municipalities that have deposited. One would have expected that, our government would try and be able to assist them, you know, in guiding them. Because, I mean, the main function of the Reserve Bank is to actually regulate, you know. As a regulator, then nothing stops them from assisting this bank to make sure that, you know, they obtain their license and, you know, support them in the sense that it's also creating a notion that our banks support their own. You know, we've seen in yeah. America, in the turn of President Obama, how he bailed out most industries in the motor industry where they were also under the same situation, but they got a bailout. Why? Because they strongly believed in supporting their own industries. Similar here, one would have had that view.
But without discrediting what you're saying, I mean, the law still stands. They weren't a commercial bank, and they're not yet a commercial bank. So surely with the Reserve Bank giving them those warnings and kind of prompting them to steer them in the right direction, surely they were doing what you're saying in helping, trying to help them, trying to steer them in the right direction.
Maybe to go back to the definition of curatorship, it's whereby someone is given, someone in authority gives you or is given power over someone's property or assets, who's unable to manage it. So meaning that surely that can't be the only option available at hand. It could have been, you know, other measures could have been exhausted, you know, curatorship being the last option, because we do not have proof that, you know, a robust engagement was done in terms of trying to assist this black bank, who is a new player, who's also bringing hope to the transformation agenda of our government. But to us, it sounds like not enough was done to assist this black bank.
On that transformation that you speak about, what are your thoughts on the implementation of a fully fledged black bank, especially to assist for the likes of your members?
Yes, you know, it's been one of the things we've been driving to, you know, finally have a bank that will cater for the needs, especially of black businesses, because honestly, I mean, the experience that we're having getting finance when you are black businesses with no credible credentials, it becomes a problem. So when we started seeing the emergence of banks like VBS, one started to have hope. We fully supported them. We had that belief that they're going to bring the kind of difference that is needed, especially seeing that what is happening on the financial services sector, it's very hard to break in.
And also, I mean, it's hard to break in on the entrepreneurship front, and our entrepreneurs in the country need a lot of support. If you look at places like America, there's such a sort of a fertile ground for entrepreneurs to start businesses, but we are struggling to see that here, and there's been a call for support for entrepreneurs for so long. What's your thought on black entrepreneurship and how they might be faring against the sort of wall that entrepreneurs have to climb?
In fact, I like that question because it's been one of the most pressing issues that have faced us as black businesses. You have one of the best ideas, you have to surrender it to someone with resources who will obviously milk your idea and get ahead. And this has been a very big problem, and we feel that if we keep quiet on such issues, no difference can be made. It's time that our government, our citizens and our entrepreneurs should come together, which is what we're driving, that let's come together and have one voice that will be able to promote each other. It's high time that we also, as the majority of citizens in our country and continent, must be able to participate in our economy, being players that are actively going to make changes in our own lives. We're tired of black businesses always being labeled as small. When is the time that black businesses are going to get the exposure that they need, where they can be competing with the big companies? We had hope, and that is why we strongly believe that there must be measures that will be able to assist black entrepreneurs and black businesses in order to reach the required standard in order to be able to function in our economy.
On that note, we'll leave it there. Sia, thank you very much for coming in. Sia Gulu from the Mzansi Business Forum. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.